Mischief of the Gnomes. But the G is silent because a G moves in silence, like in lasagna. This turn, reduce the levels of all monsters in each player's hand by 1, even after their normal summon slash set. I have no idea. Sometimes I don't even think Konami knows what the fuck they're doing when they make this shit. Just gonna make a really, really fucking weird card. Great artwork, by the way, but a really fucking weird card. I believe that this is the first trap or first card that has some interaction with cards in hand even after the monster summon. That's cool. I like the design. Now, what exactly are we going to be using this for? Reduce the levels of all monsters in both players' hand by 1. I am confused. Sure, against a Burning Abyss player, I'm gonna summon this. I'm gonna summon this. I make seed. But no, you can't because they're now level 2. Is that it? This is kind of like Stygian Dirge. But Stygian Dirge is like a terrible card. And the only reason it was used is because the deck that it was used against had the same level of monsters in the deck. I'm obviously talking about Tellarknights. Mischief of the Gnomes has going for it the ability to use its effect on the field and the graveyard the same goddamn turn it was sent to the graveyard. Unlike Breakthrough Skill, Skill Successor, Skill Prisoner, and Mischief of the Yokai. I know that they do not make these cards solely for competitive play, but this is an interesting way on saying fuck you to your opponents. Since it's a trap you play it during your opponent's turn before they decide to do anything cute. But they have to have the monsters in the hand, play the Mischief of the Gnomes, and then they summon the monster. Perhaps this could be something interesting, like let's think of Infernoids. They have that summoning restriction, 8 or less, affect monsters. Mischief of the Gnomes can make summoning your Infernoids slightly easier. Like Mischief of the Yokai, Mischief of the Gnomes does not do anything impactful. Sure, it can stop the Burning Abyss player from summoning Dante for 2 turns, but they have to be in the hand. But even with all this being said, it is possible that a card that is so goddamn marginal like this may end up seeing some play in a side deck because of the format, and it might end up being considered better than it actually is. Other than the artwork, which is nice, and it is apparently a reference to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs because there are 7 gnomes in the artwork. Yay, Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki Trivia. What would I do without you? The card is definitely interesting. This is not to detract anybody from playing it because you could do whatever you like, include playing this. And people are going to try the card out because you don't know exactly how a card is until you do a little bit of field testing. You're probably going to run into somebody that plays Mischief of the Gnomes, and then you're going to be fucked. Not really, because you can still attack with the monsters. I feel like this card in some capacity should have been made a long, long time ago. It shouldn't have taken so long from Mischief of the Yokai to this. On top of that, this is a common. Not complaining, I'm just pointing shit out here. This card is probably not going to be seeing play. But then people said the same thing, and I've damn sure thought the same thing about Stygian Dirge. You really can't help if an archetype is built upon level 4 monsters. And what did people do to circumvent that? They played like 1 or 2 rank 3s in their extra deck. So I'd like to thank each and everybody for watching. Appreciate that shit. Before you go, I'd like to also ask you to click on the advertising because it is the easiest and the cheapest way to help me out. It takes literally seconds out your day and no money out your pocket. And if it was a whole lot to ask, I wouldn't ask you to do it. But I'm grateful and appreciative you take that very little time that it takes for you to do that. Thank you very much.